They don't call me Showtime for no reason. I can do these things in these fights that most guys can't even do in the training room, and that's why people tune in and watch these fights. Every time I fight, they know it's Showtime.
Lightweight champion Anthony Pettis returns after a thrilling submission victory.
It is all
over Gilbert Melendez. He will face #1 contender, 8-1 in his last 9, Rafael dos Anjos.
It's good. He coming with that confidence. Everybody has a plan before get punched.
Fast. Come on.
Newly minted strawweight champion Carla Esparza seeks recognition beyond just winning the belt.
Hopefully defending my belt will prove that I am, without a doubt, the #1 in the world.
Her opponent, Joanna Jedrzejczyk, is a 6-time Muay Thai world champion and undefeated in MMA.
My hands are dangerous, so she must be ready.
And #5 ranked welterweight Matt Brown will face Johnny Hendricks, the now former champion.
I'm eating, sleeping, living, breathing Johnny Hendricks.
I want my title back. Nothing's gonna get in the way of that.
With 2 belts and a potential title shot on the line, the stakes couldn't be higher. This is Countdown to UFC 185.
Well, the problem is a lot of you are really comfortable getting hit. You're getting hit with a practice glove, you're getting hit with a practice shin. You don't want to get hit with an MMA glove, that sucks. So we're gonna play a little game today. We're gonna play for push-ups. All we're gonna do, this whole minute, I can throw any 3 punches. Hop, bop, oh, there's 1 point. Oh, there you go, 1 push-up. 2 push-ups. And at the end of the round, we'll do our push-ups. Grab partner, let's do it. Go. Let's be cognizant about defense and scoring. Time, all right, pump out and push-ups. Understand what a fight is. Time, grease up, gear up, for sparring, good drilling.
Monday's the hard sparring day. Today we hit, 5 rounds. He's got 2 guys he's sparring with, but one sits out while the other goes, so that way they're fresh.
One thing we like to do is just work on the pace, because everyone feels the way to beat Anthony Pettis is push him into the fence, put him on his butt.
People have tried it, Gilbert Melendez tried it. Just like you can see today, man, he has no problem getting out.
That's it, Ant. Use a cage. There you go. They want it wall install or lay and pray, and Anthony's gonna do Showtime.
There's no better nickname for UFC lightweight champion Anthony Pettis. And at just 28 years old, the former WEC champion turned UFC champion has it all. The combination of personality and fighting style has given him a popularity that transcends the sport.
Anthony, you wanna do it?
Sure.
And he possesses the ability to be one of the best to ever step into the octagon.
This co-headliner tonight, the long-awaited lightweight championship, Gilbert Melendez, trying to capstone his career by taking out Anthony Pettis.
Melendez brought a long list of accolades into the Pettis fight at UFC 181. WEC champion, Strikeforce champion, #1 UFC contender. He was a man who had never been finished in his 25-fight MMA career.
Going into the Melendez fight, I just felt like it was my time. My skill level is just on a whole different plane than these guys.
All right, here we go. You ready? You ready? Let's get it on.
Very clear that Gilbert wants to turn this into a grappling bout right away. Good defense so far by Anthony. And he's eating some shots.
Outstanding footwork possessed by the champion.
Oh, he tagged him coming in there and took a good angle there. Anthony cacked him. Dropped down for a guillotine.
Trying to choke him out.
That is a tight guillotine.
He
got it.
Anthony Pettis remains the UFC lightweight champion of the world.
Unbelievable.
We don't get paid for overtime in the UFC. We get in, we get out, and on to the next one.
You are the king of one of the most talent-stacked divisions in the UFC. There's a lot of contenders waiting for a shot at this belt. Do you have a message for any of them?
I just showed him my message right there. #1 guy in the world, 2 rounds.
Congratulations, sir. Look forward to seeing you again. Anthony Pettis, ladies and gentlemen.
I just turned 28. This year is going to be a busy year for me.
I know it's coming and I can't react. He's very healthy. He's getting right back into the octagon right away. His goal was to fight at least 3 times in 2015. He wants to be the greatest champion ever in the UFC.
This is how I push my career, and this is how I become one of the greatest of all time.
Exactly. He's just not comfortable being the UFC champion. He wants to finish every fight in the first round, and then as well, he wants to be pound for pound. And if he can get some super fights in there, there's been a lot of talk about Conor McGregor wanting to come up, or if Aldo can come up to lightweight. If King Kong can make 155, he'll fight him.
I got all these guys that are calling me out. I got all these guys that are in line, so it's my job to take them out and prove why I'm the best in the world.
Boom!
Before any real talk of super fights, Pettis still has quite a bit of work to do in the lightweight division. And at UFC 185, he will face Rafael dos Anjos, a veteran of 30 fights who has gone 8-1 in his last 9 in the UFC. In August, dos Anjos earned himself a bout against former champion Benson Henderson, a man who had defeated many of the best lightweights the sport has to offer, and who had never been finished due to strikes.
I don't like win by decision. I always go for finishes. What I was thinking, I say, man, I have 25 minutes to finish this fight. Once I step on the octagon, usually you feel like a lot of adrenaline, but I wasn't nervous at all, you know. I say, man, I need to get more nervous to get, you know, something get going here.
Get it on!
I throw him on switch body kick, and then I see his face change a little bit.
Oh!
And then I start throwing some hands.
Beautiful combination there. Oh! There lands a nice double knee.
Oh! Down goes Henderson! Rafael dos Anjos! He's done it!
I was the first guy to knock him out. I really feel pride about that, you know, like finish the former champion.
Dos Anjos had arguably earned his title shot with the first-round KO of former champ Benson Henderson. But with Pettis booked to fight Melendez, he would have to take another fight to stay active. Enter Nate Diaz.
I knew I had a big chance to fight for the title after that fight. That's why I was looking to win, like, beat him, dominate him all around.
And we are underway.
Nate has shown vulnerabilities to leg kicks in the past. There it is again. He's hurt, Mike.
Yep. The first thing I thought, he don't block any kick. He don't know how to fight with the legs. He got a good boxer, but if I kill his leg, I win the fight.
An absolutely dominant performance by Rafael dos Anjos.
Pettis texted me right after the fight and said, I'm ready to go. He murdered him, so it's Dos Anjos.
Keep the knees bent, ready? There, good. Keep the knees bent, ready? Good, there, good. I've been working with Rafael now for about just over a year. When he first came to me, man, the guy was so tight and tense from lifting weights. I mean, he was probably literally fighting at about maybe 30–40% of his capacity. Good reverse. But if you look at his older fights and you look at the way he fights now, he's just much more loose, more explosive. He's more reactive. Let's go swimmer position next. Benson Henderson was the first training camp that we completed together from start to finish. And you saw maybe about 75% of what he's capable of in that. Good, there you go. Rest, good job. Right hand roll, come up, left hand roll. You know, we focused a lot more on speed in this fight. Good, rip, reaction, and also stamina. I mean, Rafael's stamina right now is perfect. Nice. Do the flies right here and then the front. Speed side. He can go 10 rounds, pushing the pace the whole time. Sacrifice, dedication, and perseverance.
I was watching his fight against Melendez. He's breathing heavy on the second round.
Higher, go higher.
I'm gonna go hard like I did with Ben Henderson, so I'm gonna go to get my belt.
All the way up, extend those arms, good.
You know, I deserve it, and I'm gonna get that.
One more, go. Rest, good.
Friday, man, we waking up with like a spirit of a fight, you know. It's like a fight day, you know. At Kings, man, we don't have like easy training. Everybody, we love each other, but we go to kill each other.
I believe Rafael today is the best guy in the lightweight division, 100%. And for me, Pettis, he got the toughest fight in his life.
Okay, go. Exatamente, no pouco.
Rafa's pressure is incredible.
Isso!
When he moves forward, his defense, you can't hit him. And when you feel like you hit him, you don't get that satisfaction of, oh man, I got a good hit. Because right away, he's hitting you again.
Great job. Whoop, 130. It's yours.
It's not fun to spar with Rafa right now.
Time. Excellent, Rafa. Round 4. E fight. Boa combinação, Rafa.
It doesn't matter the way Rafael gonna beat Pettis, can be by submission, can be by knockout.
10 seconds.
But for me, Rafael beat Pettis before 25 minutes of fight.
Let's go.
If you can watch his fight against Melendez after the first round, he was tired.
Nice one.
I'm gonna put my pressure, you know. I'm gonna punch his face. I'm gonna kick him hard. He's a champion. I respect him as a person.
At least one knockdown.
Not like on the octagon. I don't have any respect. I'm gonna go hard.
Let's finish. Boa, linda queda. Get him. Don't give up now, please. We'll get him. Great job. Great job.
It's like a nice day at the beach in Brazil, right?
Wow.
Ipanema Beach. No problem.
Ice on it, man.
Best way for recovery.
So how many minutes?
8, 10 feet out. There you go, timer. Boa, campeón. I've been working with Rafael for 7 fights. It's been an awesome journey watching him evolve. You know, he's dreaming huge and he's been pursuing those dreams, you know, for years and years and years. He's just got a ferocious pit bull's like discipline, you know, after what he wants. And that's why he's skyrocketed here in the last few fights.
UFC lightweight champion Anthony Pettis has deep-rooted family ties.
There, come on.
He trains with his younger brother Sergio, a flyweight who will fight on the same card as Anthony at UFC 185.
There you go, got it. Very good, very good.
Anthony has a 3-year-old daughter who stays with his mother when he trains. But little Aria is never far from his mind.
Aria just made her first pizza today.
Oh, yeah.
Homemade?
That's awesome. It's just the little things. So I didn't leave the house yesterday. I stayed home the whole day with my daughter. It's the best. Let's go 1-2 angle. Yeah.
The champion has even shared some of the fruits of his labor with his family. And coming off of the win over Melendez in December, he decided to surprise his mother with something very special for Christmas.
Put the lights on. Put the lights on. What is this? Your house. Your house.
As a kid, you know, I always wanted to take care of my mom. She's done so much for me and my brothers. So this Christmas, I was able to buy my mom a house and a car.
Hello, man.
Big accomplishment for me. I mean, she was so happy about it. I mean, even now she still texts me to this day like, "Thank you for my house, thank you for my car." So it's just something that I wanted to do as a kid, and you know, now I'm here in this position and I can do it.
Okay, guys, pay attention here. Bring it in very quick. So when I roll, I don't want to catch with this one. He's like, roll again. Because he can almost fly me in the same way. Grab with this one, or if I miss, On the hook. You come on top, right? Put them back, and you can mount, or also just side control and use for the ground and pound. Everybody got it? Let's go again.
Rafael dos Anjos comes in with a very diverse skill set, but I don't think he excels too much in one.
The winner by unanimous decision.
If you watch his fights, he doesn't look like he's hungry for a finish. Even the Diaz fight, he should have finished that fight. You see me, I go out there and I have this instinct for that kill shot. You know, I find these guys' chins, I find the submissions, I make them happen, and that's why I'm winning these fights.
You're gonna see these guys fighting tooth and nail. You got Dos Anjos, but this might be his only shot in his career. The lightweight division is crazy. He's got one shot, and here you got Anthony who's trying to cement the legacy.
If I can finish somebody under 5 minutes, that shows how dominant I am as a champion. And I think if I want to be the greatest of all time, dominant performances is the only thing that's going to get me there.
My man Anthony, he's on a different level than these guys. There's a lot of guys who are great like Dos Anjos. There's not a lot of guys who are great like Anthony Pettis.
This time I'm going to go in there and be hungry for a knockout. And if everybody remembers correctly, Southpaw is where the Showtime kick happened, so I'm looking for that as well.
This past July, the UFC introduced its 10th weight division. And in December, the first strawweight champion in history was crowned. Like many in the sport, Carla Esparza's path towards becoming UFC champion began in the wrestling room.
I started wrestling in high school on the boys team. I was very successful. I went on to wrestle at Menlo College for 4 years and was a 2-time All-American there.
Today, Carla wrestles under the guidance of USA Wrestling coach Valentin Kalika and a number of 2016 Olympic hopefuls, including Elena Pirshkova, who won a gold medal at the Worlds in 2012, and 2-time junior world champion Victoria Anthony.
Their goal being Olympic champs, so we need partners who will challenge them, and that's our challenge to find those partners.
So your job, bump.
It's always going to be hard. There's always going to be people hungry for what I have. So for me, I just got to stay sharp, constantly keep improving.
Right after college, Carla took her wrestling skills into MMA. And in 2012, she made an impressive run in the strawweight division in Invicta.
It's all Carla Esparza, ground and pound.
And she became the inaugural Invicta champion in 2013.
Total domination by Esparza. Carla Esparza.
But when the UFC announced that season 20 of The Ultimate Fighter would crown the first ever women's strawweight champion, Carla made the easy decision to relinquish the Invicta belt and enter the UFC tournament. She was understandably the #1 overall seed and an easy first pick for Team Pettis.
We're gonna go with Carla.
Being the #1 seed is hard because there is added pressure. You do have that target on your back. So I felt like if I lose this fight or the next fight, it would make me feel like I was all hype.
You know, we've had a couple guys on the show before, and I think for us, we wanted more than the learning experience. I think we wanted to win the whole thing finally.
Esparza rolled through 3 straight opponents, securing her spot in the finale and a fight for the belt against Rose Namajunas.
They touch gloves. This is the inaugural UFC Strawweight Championship. Rose going upstairs with the kick early. Kick there, nice takedown from Esparza. Now trying to do something with it. Back and forth they go, nice combination by Esparza.
Beautiful timing on the double there from Carla Esparza.
And now trying to mount Namajunas, she does.
Esparza really trying to break the will of Namajunas here.
She's tempted. Carla Esparza is the UFC Strawweight Champion of the seed holds serve, Carla Esparza!
I think I've reached basically the highest point that I can being the UFC champion, but I would just like to keep retaining that belt and be known as one of the best fighters of all time.
Back, quick, go.
But I just gotta take it day by day. Each fight is gonna be hard. We're in the UFC.
Fast. Come on.
Each time you fight, someone's coming out there to put you down and to take you out.
Her opponent, Polish-born Joanna Jedrzejczyk, took the opposite path towards MMA. She began her fighting career in Muay Thai and invested 10 years into the sport.
I have like, I don't know, 70, 80 fights together. I am 6 times world champion and European champion.
Okay, czas. Krótki dróg do siatki.
I do not feel like nervous before my fights. I had so many Muay Thai fights, so I've got so many experience. I know I'm ready for this title.
Jedrzejczyk carried a 6-0 MMA record with her into her octagon debut this past July and quickly made noise in the division.
Oh, Johanna cracked her. Big right hand. Oh, boom. Joanna wins her UFC debut.
And in December, she would fight Claudia Gadelha to determine the #1 contender in the division.
Jedrzejczyk attacks with all sorts of different combinations.
Gadelha, she's one of the best female fighters on the world.
Oh, nice short elbow there.
She's like 3 times jiu-jitsu world champion.
Good takedown defense by Jedrzejczyk.
It was one of the strongest opponents I have met.
10 seconds. Oh, she got rocked.
Beautiful uppercut. That is that picture-perfect technique we're talking about, Mike.
With her massive success in both Muay Thai and MMA, Jedrzejczyk has gained widespread notoriety and is an icon in her home country.
No, nie ma co ukrywać, że stałam się pretendentką do walki o tytuł UFC i to jest miłe, że będę mogła pokazać swoją osobę, swój klub, swoje miasto, mój kraj, po prostu szerszej publiczności.
Tonight, she is honored for her impressive 2014, where she went 4-0 and earned a UFC title shot.
Joanna Jedrzejczyk.
Trzymamy kciuki za 1,5 miesiąca.
And with a victory over Carla Esparza at UFC 185, Jedrzejczyk would become the first ever Polish-born champion in the UFC.
I just want people to know me, and I just want to show everyone that I'm the best. If I'm gonna get the title, I will train harder and harder. Be pride for other people. So today gonna be like a triathlon training. Here is the water, so but we do not have bicycles. Today we have like interval training in the forest.
Go!
Adrian, dawaj!
It's good for my power, condition, and my legs getting stronger.
Basia ci goni!
So Carla can just throw me and I gonna stand up all the time. It's not gonna be easy fight, but I'm ready for it. No, I'm little pony, not a horse.
Little pony with horsepower.
I have good condition and I gonna handle it. I gonna be the same in the first round and in the last. I know how heavy I'm working every day for it, so that's why I'm so confident. Nobody can stop me. Sunday is my free day, so I'm like, you know, I don't like to go to the gym and teach or something. My sister and her husband, they are living with me, my boyfriend. She is shy, but my sisters are a little bit afraid about me, and I like it.
Co ty tak się pieszczysz? Dawaj trochę do góry. Dawaj trochę do góry.
My nephew is coming very often to me.
Będziesz bokserem? Będziesz...
My cousin gonna be the best lawyer. He's studying here, so he will take care of my contracts.
I can tell you that she is a better fighter than I would be a lawyer.
Every day when I wake up, I look at these pictures and I have lots of energy. Yeah, so Carla is here and my opponents. I'm the winner already, so cannot help Carla, sorry.
The UFC knows what they're doing, and they're going to put someone in that contender spot because they know they are possibly the best in the world, and they deserve to be there. And I think Joanna is no different. She's been on a rampage, you know, beating people right and left and beating good people.
Make them carry your weight the whole time and see what happens as you pass, you know, or as you do things like little things. Just keep pressure on them. Obviously, she can hit pretty hard. She looks like she's pretty big, but you know, I feel that we have a lot of things too. 25 minutes is a long time. We'll see what happens. We'll be ready. Yeah, we'll be ready for Dallas.
I guess we're gonna see who is the best fighter in the world.
I always want to be the best, not just, you know, when I'm boxing or kicking. I want to be the best in the wrestling and jiu-jitsu. I think Carla will want to take down. It's part of her game plan, but she can be even 5-10 times world wrestling champion. I'm gonna be better, that's all.
And going into the strawweight title fight at UFC 185, Joanna has one message for her opponent.
My hands are dangerous. And yeah, my hands are really dangerous. So she must be ready and she must keep her hands up.
#1 welterweight contender Johnny Hendricks will meet #5 ranked Matt Brown at UFC 185. With two fighters so close to the top, there is a lot of talk about title shots. But for Matt Brown, all of the speculation is irrelevant.
In my mind, I don't think about title shots. I don't think about what's going to happen after a fight. I'm eating, sleeping, living, breathing Johnny Hendricks.
The Hendricks fight will be number 19 in the UFC for Matt Brown. And nearly 10 years into his career, the welterweight has never been better. In early 2012, Brown began a 7-fight win streak in the welterweight division. The Immortal finished 6 of those 7 opponents.
That is it! Matt Brown has done it again! That guy's an animal!
The streak landed him in a fight with Robbie Lawler this past July. The winner would get a shot at then-champion Johnny Hendricks. But Brown came up on the wrong end of a closely contested 5-round fight.
Some people might have gave me the nod, some people might have given him the nod, the judges happened to give him the nod, and it doesn't really change my confidence. You know, he was better than me that night, so I can accept that.
That's part of being a fighter. You lose a close fight, you don't cry about it, you don't sulk over it, you stay with it, you get back into the gym. Losing is part of winning. And real fighters, sure, they get disappointed. Shrug it off, right back in line.
Today we're just doing sprints, you know, pretty much working on our speed. All right, guys, on the line here. Opposite arm, opposite foot, down and back. Let's go. It's a 3-round fight. You know, Brown's gonna come forward the entire time. Johnny's gonna have to be able to sprint fight certain points throughout the fight. Kick stretch, opposite arm, opposite leg. Go butt kicks, butt kicks. Different from a 5-round fight, you pretty much gotta win every round. Because even if you're up 2 rounds, if Brown turns it on, you know, that could be bad for Johnny.
Just 3 months ago, Johnny Hendricks was the UFC welterweight champion. But in December, he met a familiar face, the man who he had beaten to earn the title in the first place. But this time, Robbie Lawler would come out on top.
Big combination. Kick in the uppercut.
I don't know what he did to impress the judges. I don't know what I could have done differently. I don't think that I lost that fight. I don't feel like I did. I thought I won.
But for many, fights are won and lost long before stepping foot inside the octagon.
Okay, sir, you ready? You ready, sir?
Johnny Hendricks had a 9-month gap between the 2 Lawler fights because of a torn bicep that he suffered during the first. And that was the beginning of the end.
I had surgery on my arm. You can't do anything with it for like, I think it was 3 or 4 months. All you can do is sit there in a sling. Then once we found out we were having Lawler again, you know, we got in shape. We just didn't do everything right. And everything right means putting on the muscle. Putting on something to be able to draw that weight out of, definitely when it comes down to crunch time.
Leading up to the last fight with Lawler, the weight cut was very difficult on Johnny and difficult on everybody involved.
That's whenever I told myself that won't happen again.
Last camp, we didn't get a chance to really lift heavy how we wanted to because, you know, he was just coming off that bicep surgery.
Set, go.
So this camp, we really focused on trying to put on as much muscle mass as possible.
Time.
We feel that it's going to help with the weight cut, the more muscle he has.
You see the way Johnny looks now, like a lean, mean, killing machine.
Time. I want that belt back, and I know how to get it. Now it's time to prove it. That's why I took the fight with Matt Brown.
Almost there.
My main focus on everything is get back to that title and clearly win it. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Too long, 30 seconds off.
He's a big enough name that, you know, he's coming off having the belt. I mean, I think it's great to get this fight. And back-to-back, I'm fighting the two champions, you know? I mean, you know, since GSP.
1, 2 to the body. Up. Right hand. It's a chance to fight, you know, one of the lions of the division, one of the best. But that's what Matt's in this game for, to fight the best.
A win over Johnny Hendricks is a fight that he wanted to put him in line for a title shot, because I believe if he wins this fight impressively, he gets a title shot.
This is what my dream was, is where I always wanted to be. You know, and now I just got to beat him.
Some of the things that Matt Brown does really, really well is he's got a really good clinch. He's got a lot of good throws from the clinch, and he hits a lot of sick submissions, potential submissions off the clinch. So here he is fighting Robbie Lawler. You can see he's in the clinch, and he hits him with a beautiful throw. This throw is really good because he's in his clinch, which he's got a lot of strikes, knees and elbows off, and he also can disrupt people's base right there. This is really nice. He gets his right hand underneath Lawler's left armpit, and he kind of knees his knee, disrupts his base, and once that happens, he's right into Darce. And this choke right here is a very, very dangerous choke, especially when you have a guy like Brown who's got long, lanky arms. This can be a very, very bad position, which you've seen many fights end. But Lawler does a good job of keeping his head to the mat. That alleviates the pressure of the Darce and doesn't allow you to get turned onto your side to where you can get tapped. And eventually he's gonna be able to free himself of this by getting back up to base. And there's Brown striking again off the clinch. So what Matt Brown does is he does a very good job of blending striking, submissions, clinch work all together in a seamless flow, which if you get caught in that flow, you can get seriously up. You have to be aware of this, and you have to be ready to defend it. And you gotta know that when Brown disrupts your base, he's looking for this thing immediately.
Usually after our training, we just try to load Johnny up with some protein, just to hold him over till his next meal. But he's still gonna eat a meal after this, you know, after he digests this.
Protein shakes have saved my weight. Because you're going home, you're starving. There's so many things you can pass by. You're sitting there and you're like, you know, that won't hurt one day. And then the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. You know, for me, I hardly ever get on the scale. But this camp, I've done nothing but stay on the scale to try to keep my weight down. So what's going on here is that, you know, we've been really sticking hard to this diet thing. We've been really trying to make a change in my life, and my wife's been helping me out a lot. So what we do is every Sunday, we do a meal planning. And what she does is we portion them out on each one. What it's about is having organic, healthy meals, something that is, it's easy. Oh yeah. You know, I have energy whenever I get home because I'm eating 4 or 5 of these a day. And realistically, that's what it's about.
Now he's taking the burden on himself. He's completely changed his diet, and his body looks completely different. Every week we're getting lower fat percentages and higher lean muscle mass.
I want to prove to everybody that I've made the sacrifices.
Oh, great, there it is.
I'm hungry for that title, and nothing's gonna get in the way of that.
I have a fear of every man on this earth. Right now, if you wanted to fight me, I would be afraid. You know what I mean? If you said you're gonna fight me a week, I'd bet, damn, I gotta go train. There is no motivation like fear, right?
Okay, we'll go around the whole building.
If you got a pit bull chasing you, that's gonna be the fastest 40-yard sprint you did in your life.
Right, 3, 2, 1, go. Keep a jogging pace the whole way. It's a good pace.
When I go out there and you see me running with that wheelbarrow and I drop out wheelbarrow, the first thing that comes into my mind is I better pick that thing up because I'm scared of Johnny Hendricks. You know, I'm afraid that he's working harder than me. I'm afraid that he's better than me.
Fast you can go, let's go.
Maybe he could push this wheelbarrow all the way around.
Sledgehammer, let's go. Come on, swing. Fast.
As I get closer to the fight, I'm gonna be more and more scared until the bell rings. and then I can release that fear, and then the fear's gone.
Move your hips, move your hips.
And then it's just me and him, and now he's got to be afraid of me.
3, 2, 1.
After this morning's strength and conditioning at Westside Barbell in Columbus, Matt Brown and some of his team make the journey 2 hours north to Cleveland for an evening sparring session.
I always try to branch out my training all the time. I want to see new looks, I want to see new people, I want to hear new coaches, how other people feel about what I'm doing. I just want to constantly evolve. I never ever want to hit a plateau.
There you go.
And I think the only way to do that is to put myself out there in hostile environments.
Work, work, work. They get you battle hardened, you know? Throw them to the wolves. I'm telling the other guys, you know, this is Matt Brown, make a name off of him. See if you can sit him down, take him down.
That's the way to finish a round, man.
You know, that's part of why I've gotten as far as I have. You know, if I see what others are doing, I want to do one step further than what everybody else is doing.
Don't rest, you gotta go through rolls right now. You gotta go right now. Come on, that's it, come on.
If I see somebody doing 50 push-ups, I gotta do 60. My mentality's always been, you know, outdoing them isn't enough either. It's gotta be
That's it, come on.
completely outdoing them, just, you know, making a mockery of what they're doing.
All right, 50 sit-ups as fast as you can. Ready, go. Come on, go. Come on, all the way up.
I gotta do better than everybody else. I have to figure out a way to stay a step ahead. And if I'm not a step ahead, then I'm a step behind.
Stay in a happy place, man. That's all you do.
That's it.
UFC 185, Dallas, Texas. We have some huge fights on the line. We got Johnny Hendricks, you know, coming back after his loss. We have Carla Esparza defending her title for the first time. And we got myself main eventing. So I have a lot of pressure on my shoulders to put on a show and make sure your fans get what they paid for. Every time I fight, they know it's showtime. I'll make sure I go out there and do what I do best.